Do you have like an incident that you could say was like the best real estate transaction you ever made?
Well, I like to find one that's win-win. And, you know, a really good experience where everybody won was one that I think could really happen a lot in this day and age. This is where a lady one of my clients referred me to a lady in the neighborhood. She had a house, and she owed, I believe, about $110,000 on it. It was worth about $175,000. And what happened was they got into some trouble. Their husband lost a job, and they just got into some difficulties. But they waited too long to get a hold of me to help them sell the house, because they could have sold it pretty easily at a deep discount and got it sold. But they were 2 weeks, 10 days away from the foreclosure steps. And they said, I said, the only way we're going to be able to pull this off is by paying cash. So, but it has to be at the right price. And so, because there has to be a margin to be able to pay cash, turn around and sell it again. Well, these people said, I really have got my kids in high school here. They don't know the real problems. They don't want us to sell the house. And they don't know that we're even planning on selling it or even possibly losing it. And I said, well, here's what we'll do. Me and my father-in-law gathered the cash together. We gave them $125,000 cash for the property. So they walked away with about $15,000. Now what happened was I said, you know what, why don't you just stay there and become tenants? So that's exactly what they did. We bought it, paid cash, and then they became tenants on the property. And the kids never even knew that the property had been sold. But it saved them. They stayed there, and they were great tenants, and they still are. And I turned around and then sold it to an investor at the time for about $160,000. So I made my tidy little sum between me and my father-in-law. And then he was able to walk away with about $15,000 in equity when he purchased it. And as far as I know, those people are still living there today. They got some money in their pocket. They were able to save themselves from a foreclosure, and they continue living in the house. So that's the kind of win-win that I like to see.
Yeah, that's great. That's absolutely wonderful.